Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank the honourable member for his question. But before I answer his specific question about whether we will raise the rates, let me just give you a little background and use this opportunity to explain what the government's agenda is, what EFL, Mr. Speaker, is trying to do at the moment. So let me begin by reaffirming government's ambitious renewable energy targets of 100% electricity from renewable energy sources by 2035. So that remains a key part of the nation's climate strategy. These targets, Mr. Speaker, are aligned with the National Energy Policy 2023-2030, National Climate Finance Strategy, and the National Development Plan 2025-2029 and Vision 2050. Mr. Speaker, in 2024, EFL's production of electricity comprised of 51.73% from hydro. So we are doing well with the existing infrastructure if you look at where we are in terms of some of the other countries. 42.9% from thermal diesel fuel and 0.07 from wind and solar power, 5.23% from independent power producers, namely Tropic Wood Industries, Fiji Sugar Corporation, and Nambo Green Energy Limited, which uses burn biomass for power generation, and that is considered renewables, Honourable Koya. At the outset, Mr. Speaker, I wish to clarify that the FCCC serves as the independent regulator for electricity tariffs charged to EFL's customers. And these tariffs are determined under an approved tariff methodology that is based on allowable revenue formula. It is also important to note, Mr. Speaker, that the feed-in tariffs offered to independent power producers are not regulated by FCCC. So that's clear at the moment, until such time that we get to that. The EFL, on the other hand, applies the same allowable revenue-based methodology when determining the feed-in tariffs for IPPs. In doing so, EFL must factor in its required investment, cost for transmission, distribution and retail services, which are necessary to evacuate and deliver the power generated by IPPs to consumers. EFL, Mr. Speaker, has also recently adopted a tender process to determine the rate for IPPs. And I think this competitive approach allows market forces to drive the pricing, ensuring that the outcomes remain sustainable and equitable for both EFL and the independent power producers. So within this framework, Mr. Speaker, the prospective IPPs are expected to undertake their own financial assessments to determine whether the feed-in tariffs provide a viable return on investment. EFL then finalizes the arrangements through commercial negotiations consistent with the approved methodology and in line with system requirements. This approach, Mr. Speaker, ensures a fair, transparent and market-driven process that balances the interest of landowners, investors with the broader need to safeguard electricity affordability and reliability for all Fijians. This year, EFL announced some major decisions, an ambitious $2 billion green energy transition plan over the next 4 years. This program will be critical to ensuring that Fiji's electricity sector remains reliable, sustainable and consistent with our national development and climate commitments. So half of this investment, Mr. Speaker, will be directed towards developing 165 megawatts of solar energy capacity. To achieve this, EFL will actively engage with independent power producers, recognizing that the scale of transition cannot be achieved by the utility alone. So discussions at the moment are taking place with potential IPPs. This is, Mr. Speaker, ongoing with government support, and I think that is essential in ensuring that the right incentives are put in place to encourage private sector investment in this sector. And without private sector investment, without independent power producers, this dream of achieving the targets will not see fruition in the timeline that we've set in. So this process, Mr. Speaker, requires close collaboration with FCCC, particularly in relation to tariff stabilization and timely adjustments to ensure that investors can secure fair returns and reinvest in Fiji's energy future. EFL has indicated to government that it's considering a submission for a tariff review, while also pursuing parallel projects to diversify renewable energy generation. These include the development of the 21 megawatt solar facility in the Western Division, as well as the identification of hydro potential on BT level. Beyond solar and hydro, EFL is also exploring opportunities in geothermal, wind, and other modern renewable technologies. As we all know, Mr. Speaker, the electricity, or provision of electricity remains the backbone of our economy. And we find that it is one of the obstacles to big and sometimes even smaller investments in areas where EFL has difficulty in providing transformers and reliable power. So, while renewable energy projects remain a clear national priority, government is mindful that concessional resources must not be diverted from critical social and infrastructure needs. EFL is therefore encouraged to actively pursue alternative financing options, including market-based instruments, greater participation of independent power producers, and blended finance structures. We are ready as a government to provide guarantees for well-structured domestic or external loans where justified to lend concessional funds. However, all borrowing must be undertaken prudently and within our existing debt management framework and within our fiscal strategy. So government, Mr. Speaker, through the Ministry of Finance, Public Works, Meteorological Services and Transport Ministry, FCCC, is currently reviewing the tariff framework. And the purpose of this review, Mr. Speaker, is to strike a balance ensuring financial viability for landowners and investors, while also safeguarding electricity tariffs for households and businesses. With respect to EFL's power purchase rates, these are determined through a transparent process that considers three key factors: cost of generation and system integration, viability for investors, and long-term security. Mr. Speaker, I want to ensure, or government wants to ensure, that the importance of landowner-led renewable energy projects is always considered carefully. And therefore, we are exploring support measures for landowner groups, including concessional financing, capacity building, and public-private partnerships, so that their participation is not solely dependent on higher feed rates. Because if we leave it to just higher feed rates, their participation would be very minimal. So, Mr. Speaker, in short answer to, after this long explanation, is that the rate for independent power producers must follow a proper market pricing strategy, and that's what EFL is put in place. And I think what we have put in place now, as part of a government strategy, is going to work, and we will have a lot of investments coming through. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.